Idriss Déby MPSTBD presidential elections were held in Chad on the 11th of April 2021. Incumbent Idriss Déby, who has served 5 consecutive terms since seizing power in the 1990 coup d'état, is running for a 6th. Déby has been described as an authoritarian by several international media sources, and as strongly entrenched. During previous elections, he has forbidden the citizens of Chad from making posts online, and while Chad's total ban on social media use was lifted in 2019, restrictions continue to exist. According to Amnesty International, pre-trial detentions, systematic bans on gatherings, and attempts to prevent the free exchange of information were rampant in Chad in the lead-up to the 2021 elections. They called for the release of activists and others arrested for disturbing public order. Déby insists that the COVID-19 pandemic and misinformation are more rampant, and that he is simply cracking down on misinformation about the pandemic. He claimed in a speech that, instead of posting authentic and verified information, social media users engaged in disinformation and manipulation, thus sowing doubt, panic and psychosis. He further expressed the necessity of defending democracy by opposing hate speech and divisiveness. The Africa Center for Strategic Studies noted that the presidential election is expected to be a largely ceremonial affair given the highly limited space for the political opposition to operate. Columnist Stephen Kafiro struck a similar note and focused on the current president's role. Writing for Quartz Africa, Chad is a classic example of what elections under authoritarian regimes often look like. There is limited space for competition against the interests of the incumbent Idriss Déby, who has a firm grip on all branches of government and other key stakeholders like the media. In the electoral system introduced in 1996, the President of Chad is elected to a 5-year term using a 2-round system, with an absolute majority required to prevent a second round of voting. In the 2016 election, 23 candidates submitted their applications to run for the presidency, including incumbent Idriss Déby. One of the opposition's most prominent members, Nagar Leji Yorongar, was prevented from running due to administrative irregularities. On the day of the 2016 election, mobile internet, fixed internet connections and SMS messaging were cut. Many foreign TV operators could not cover the post-election scene, as their filming licenses were not renewed. The French broadcaster TV5 Monde had their equipment confiscated, and their crew were held for several hours for filming at a polling station. On the 21st of April 2016, the Electoral Commission claimed that Déby had received 61.56% of the vote. The Constitutional Council validated the results on the 4th of May 2016, dismissing a joint appeal from opposition candidates on the technical grounds that it could not review appeals submitted jointly. The final results issued by the court showed Déby with 59.92% of the vote and Kebzabo with 12.77%.